Good afternoon, everyone. Respected chairperson, esteemed members of ISAR, distinguished delegates, and my fellow researchers. It is indeed an honor to present my research at this prestigious platform of ISAR, where ideas, innovations, and insights in the field of assisted reproduction are shared and celebrated. My today's topic is about the potential of artificial intelligence to boost business efficiency and supply chain management. And this will be presented by myself, Dinesh Seth. I'm the research scholar with Maharishi Markandeshwar University, Maulana, Haryana from India. And my co-authors are Soumya Seth, who is an independent researcher, and Sanya Seth, who is also an independent researcher. I'll give you a brief introduction. Artificial intelligence as it is does not require an introduction now. But we all are into the age of digital transformation, and it has become a game changer for companies across sectors. And all the businesses, they all are using AI-powered solutions to boost the supply chain management, optimize their decision making, and increase the operational efficiency. And of course, we cannot undermine its importance to reduce the cost also in any organization. Few literature reviews. Supply chain management is changing a result of advancements in machine learning and AI, which is improving demand forecasting, scheduling, and routing. And according to IO Udo 2024, the growing use of AI technologies in supplier selection and management is having a substantial impact on the quality, cost, and dependability of supply chains. Now I'll talk about artificial intelligence specifically in supply chain. Supply chain challenges like accurate forecasting, effective inventory management, and preserving supply chain transparency, these are thought to be resolved by integrating AI and enhancing efficiency, agility, responsiveness, and competitiveness. These are just a few benefits of incorporating artificial intelligence into supply chains. And by addressing all these factors, AI-powered innovation is something which is very essential for enhancing the robustness and efficiency of supply chains. A brief background of this study: the organizations are constantly looking for creative ways to improve supply chain management, which is one of the most critical areas for any organization. And the game-changing technology like AI, which can automate processes, analyze the massive databases, and provide the predicted insights that support well-informed choices to the organization. It can really help any sector, and therefore this study is required. And when I give a brief justification that how it is relevant, because the adoption of AI solutions, it has surged due to the expectations. Any technology which we use, when we see the used cases and the benefits it is giving, I think there is a growing demand for those studies further and further. And therefore, for the real-time decision-making, AI-driven solutions are required in any organization. And in fact, in the fast-paced corporate world of today, companies are always looking for the methods to improve productivity and simplify their processes. Therefore, there is a need of various studies. And supply chain management and commercial procedures are being completely transformed by artificial intelligence. Global supply chains, growing complexity, growing consumers in any sector. And with the many benefits, there are drawbacks also, which are there by using the AI in supply chain. Therefore, these studies are required. So these are the brief objectives of studies after review of various literatures, as well as after studying a lot in this area. These were the objectives which were set. One is to examine how AI-driven technologies, they are affecting the corporate productivity, cost savings, and operational efficiency. Second is to investigate the use of AI to supply chain optimization, encompassing logistics, inventory control, demand forecasting, and supplier relationship management. Third, importantly, is to evaluate how well AI-powered automation, it streamlines the corporate procedures, lowers human error, and improves the decision-making. And fourth, is to investigate how supply chain management might incorporate AI with cutting edge technologies like blockchain, Internet of Things, and big data analytics. And fifth is to assess the difficulties and restrictions related to supply chain management and company operations using AI. In the literature reviews, it was observed that in business observations and where the AI is being used in all the operations, it is actually a game changer, especially when it comes to improving productivity, supply chain management, and NLP, which is natural language processing, robotic process automation, which is RPA, and machine learning, which is in the short form called ML. These are the examples of AI-driven technologies that have been used into a variety of business procedures to boost decision-making, cut expenses, and increase production. The study of this literature looks at the main developments, difficulties, and emerging trends in the field of AI in supply chain management and corporate efficiency. So AI, when we talk about AI increasing business productivity, the business process automation improves the productivity because there is a lesser human intervention, and the processes become faster, and it helps in decision making also, because through the predictive analysis of AI, you're able to make the faster decision what to take into consideration and what is that you don't have to take into consideration. And all these predictive analytics which AI gives, these are powered by machine learning algorithms, and they allow the organization to analyze large databases. They help them to identify trends and make data-driven decisions. And when we talk about supply chain management with AI, the inventory control and demand forecasting becomes very, very easy, because through the analytics, you are able to not only take the inventory control, but you can predict your demand, that which cycle will have which particular demand increase or demand decrease. And AI-powered transportation and logistic is a game changer, because the predictive maintenance and AI-driven route optimization, it improves the effectiveness of any logistic. And it certainly allows in risk mitigation and supplier relationship management, because when the supplier performance increases, and you are able to identify any interruptions also, it improves the relationship and mitigates a lot of your risk which may occur when you don't use the AI. In the research design, this study looks at how AI can improve supply chain management and company efficiency, and systematic literature review formula has been used. And by using a qualitative approach to study, various case studies have been studied, various industry reports have been studied, and various scholarly publications which offer a comprehensive view on how AI is changing the company processes, they have been studied. And how the supply chain management is being done, that has also been studied. And in order to classify examine the main trends and difficulties, potential future applications of AI in supply chain management, the paper uses the theme analysis methodology. So there's an inclusion criteria and there's an exclusion criteria while collecting the data. So paper inclusion criteria was the papers from conferences, peer-reviewed journals, and industry reports released within last 10 years, they were taken. So 2014 to 2024, they were taken. And the studies, they particularly discuss the AI in supply chain management and corporate effectiveness. That was taken. And studies, they go quantifiable effects of AI in automation, demand forecasting, inventory management, logistics, and procurement. These were taken. And what was excluded? Of course, the unrelated areas were excluded. The blogs entries were excluded. Opinion pieces were excluded, and non-peer-reviewed articles were also excluded. And then the publications before 2014 were excluded unless there was extremely relevant for the foundational work of this study. They were included. And research into artificial intelligence in unrelated domains, as I said, they were excluded. The results are really, I'll say they're really good. The literature study shows that through process optimization, enhanced decision making, and lower operating cost, AI has dramatically changed supply chain management and company efficiency. And in fact, AI-powered technologies like robotic process automation, machine learning, and predictive analysis, they have simplified the operations in a number of sectors. And it has improved the demand forecasting. It has optimized the logistics and distribution. It has resulted into better supply and relationship management because AI has made it easier to choose suppliers, evaluate the risks associated with them, and has made the entire supply chain a more robust and flexible. And plus routine task automation, which ultimately results into cost reduction also. So therefore, that's something which is a very, very positive result, which has been studied in this research. Yes, there were certain obstacles and restrictions also which are found. One is initially it requires really high investment because any kind of AI technology you adopt, initially you have to make a lot of capital investment into it. Data privacy and security issues, yes, they still haunt us because of the compliance norms and cyber threats which may happen. And workforce adoption and skill gaps, we need to constantly train, retrain till the time our workforce is completely hands-on into usage of AI. And then there were ethical issues in terms of at times data-based biases come into picture. There are algorithms which are being used and workforce displacements also happen. So therefore, it could be, there are ethical issues when we are talking about this study. So while we are talking about the results, but I would like to also discuss umbrella term and vertical and horizontal AI. So umbrella term is a term that covers many methods and goals. So these are the variety of methods that enable machines to imitate or surpass human intelligence. So when people think they can take in information from surroundings, interpret it, decide what they want to do, and then take action, all these things are being done by AI. And when we're talking about vertical and horizontal artificial intelligence, so horizontal, I'll say it in a nutshell that horizontal AI aims for a broad applicability, whereas vertical AI excels through deep domain expertise and specialization. And that's how their usage in different areas is different. And there were certain advantages which were seen for vertical AI agent. So one could find quick implementation, because these are the pre-built for specific tasks. Then there are specialized expertise, because it is targeting a specific area. So therefore, this specialized expertise came into picture. Then there were pre-configured features which were used. So this is like plug and play, ready to use immediately with predefined features, and cost effectiveness in the short term was observed in this. And therefore, a very, very efficient thing came into picture, which is the effect on efficiency of business automation, which is powered by AI. It has really improved the accuracy and reduced dependency on manual processes and a number of corporate operations. And faster order processing is another thing which has increased compliance and higher customer satisfaction. All are results of automated workflows. In fact, when it comes at compliance norms, it came out to be even better. There were certain limitations of this study. One is the scope restriction. The study objective is to review the body of current research. It excludes the case studies and practical data from actual implementation. So these are the literature reviews. So that's a limitation of the study. The rapid technical advancements which are happening even now while we are talking about it. So that's also a limitation of study, because that will keep on going and we will keep on exploring various things. The industry specific variations happen because different industries apply it differently. So therefore, that's also a limitation of study. And restricted access to proprietary data is also a limitation of this study, because algorithms and other technologies, they are not made public for anybody to view. And ethical and regulatory consideration is a limitation of this study, as I have already discussed. And bias in existing literature may also happen. That's also a limitation of study, because I've taken perspectives from what is given in these research papers, or while studying the literature, that bias may come. So there's a future scope which I clearly see in this. In the upcoming years, it is anticipated that the supply chain management and corporate efficiency will see a substantial evolution in use of artificial intelligence. So further developments in automation like real-time decision-making, AI-driven predictive analysis, and these are the things which will further improve the operational efficiency. Of course, they will lower costs, and they are going to improve the supply chain performance, resiliency of any organization. And the use of blockchain technology, which is happening now, even in something as simple as sending a fertilizer from where it is originated to a farmer. So all these are powered with digital technologies, and they are helping improve the transparency, they are improving the security, and they are improving the logistics efficiency. So as a conclusion, AI has been a game changer in improving company productivity and supply chain administration. It helps the businesses cut expenses, simplify processes, and enhances the decision making. The demand forecasting and inventory control is improved. And furthermore, by guaranteeing precise and on-time delivery, it improves the supplier cooperation, reduces the risk, and raises the customer satisfaction. So there are certain references which has been taken into account, and that they are shown here in this presentation. With this, I'll pause myself, and I would like to thank all of you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to present at such a prestigious place my research paper. Thank you so much. Thank you.